Last year, we traveled across Colorado all the way out here to Moab, Utah. This year, we're headed back to Colorado Springs, 615 miles. We're trying new routes, 90% new trails, 8 mountain passes. We're here to make it home. Just rolled into Moab, Utah. For us, this is where the pavement ends. We're headed back across the border, across all the high passes of Colorado. Last year, we traveled across Colorado all the way out here to Moab, Utah. Got some high elevation, some snow last year, some stuff that really kicked our butt. This year, better planning, less snow, better prepared. This year, we're headed back to Colorado Springs, 615 miles, 8 mountain passes. We got 90% new trails. We're seeing new areas of Colorado, but we're also going back and hitting the trails that kicked our butt last year. We're gonna reach 12,700 feet and see all kinds of beautiful things. We've been enjoying the weather. It's about 100 degrees out here, so we hiked up to a waterfall that we can go swimming at. And we've been getting all our gear ready. We're out at the Hell's Revenge Trail, and we're about ready to head to some higher territory up in the LaSalle Mountains and find a place to camp for the night.
I'm out here with Brian Shirley, my dad, out here doing Expedition Colorado. We're just getting started. Really excited about what lies ahead. Kind of more or less what brought us out here was just, I texted Dad when the levels first posted this last year. I said, you know, we ought to do this sometime. So this year's the year. We had a little bit of a break between races to come out. It's all about spending time with him. There's gonna be a lot of stories to be told after this.
So we're, what, 10 miles into this, and we got some ground off teeth on the starter. You know, this is probably the newest part on the Jeep, and it's what failed. So lucky for us, we're gonna try to run back into town here and sort it out on a Sunday. See what we can do. We cannot find the parts for it in town. So the Shirleys went back to town, trying to fix the starter. We're gonna roll start this thing and keep heading east.
So we went to Grandpa's garage, welded the gear, grounded the gear, made my own gear, just essentially fixed it so we can continue on and hopefully have a starter. I don't know how good it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna hold up at all, but hopefully cross your fingers that it holds up for the whole trip.
We went ahead and came up here because the other thing we're fighting in this is the fact that it's getting hot, it's vapor locking. So we made some heat shields for it along the way. It's a little disconcerting that we've had this many problems to get this far. So, you know, I can't say that our spirits are down because this is what the trip's about, but we got a lot of miles in front of us and such beautiful, awesome scenery around here. Levi helped us out yesterday, welded some teeth back on the starter, so I got up early this morning and bolted that sucker back in there and gave it one kick under the dash. It engaged, didn't start, but it engaged, so we're gonna save it and see if we can keep this thing running. As long as we don't have vapor lock issues, there's no reason why it shouldn't run. So onward and upward. One of the reasons that we wanted to do Expedition Colorado because it is something that you can do with your family, share with your kids. We do a lot of races and family comes out to the track and supports it, but they're not really interacting with it. With Expedition Colorado and recreational off-roading, the kids are there, my brother's there, and we're having a lot of fun and we're sharing it all. The kids are getting a chance to drive, we're seeing things together, and it's really interactive.
It's a great father and son thing. It's all about family for me, and to be able to do this with my son just makes all the difference in the world.
Well, I think he's a good friend, and I just like learning from him, so that's why I like getting out.
Right here, Utah-Colorado border, which is kind of a cool deal, you know. It means we're making tracks. I think we got about 555 miles to go, so, you know, we're running. We've seen some beautiful scenery up in the LaSalles. down in this nice pine forest, and we're gonna head down kind of into the Paradox Valley. All stuff I've never seen before, so I'm excited to be out here.
So we're here in Naturita. We left Brad on the side of the road. All three of us took a detour to go get some fuel. It was about a 20-mile detour for us. So all of us are gonna top off here and fill up the fuel cans that we got and get back onto some dirt.
We really didn't expect problems out here with the route, but we ran into a big fire, and it's a bummer, but luckily we were able to detour around it. We're putting down pretty good time until then, so we had to do a 25-mile detour, headed way south. The good thing is we stayed on dirt, saw some great stuff, but we just got back on course, put in a long day. That's awesome, but you know, we've done less than 100 miles today, and we need to be averaging about 100, 125 a day. We got big passes coming up, so we got our work cut out for us. Day 3 of Expedition Colorado. I think we're kind of all setting into the rhythm at this point. Boy, we've seen some great stuff. We've been through the desert, red rock country, and we're in a middle level forest here on the Uncompahgre Plateau. Getting ready to head down through one last canyon before we start our climb up onto the Grand Mesa, and we're going to start to see more forests there. And right after Grand Mesa, we're going to start getting into the big mountains. That's our goal today, is kind of get up there on Schofield Pass, find another campsite, and then the real adventure begins.
The whole Expedition Colorado thing is all about getting somebody out to enjoy the trail. You don't have to have the most expensive fixed up Jeep. You can go out and enjoy it if anything, and you see people on the trail, and it's a great way to see the world.
I really enjoy the work and the prep of off-roading and what it takes to get to the trail. It's the standing around at the top of the mountain and hanging out or doing whatever, and then getting back at night and cutting up and telling stories and making fun of each other and just relaxing and just talking about how much fun you had that day. That to me is probably some of my favorite times of off-roading. It's not so much just on the trail itself.
All right, we're stopped on our way up Grand Mesa here, and we're dealing with a couple issues with the Jeepster. We've certainly had a couple issues with the Willys, which is why it's parked downhill so I can roll start it. Roger and the Broncos had some venting issues in his fuel cell.
You know, when we took the back of the tank apart, the pickups are filters as well, and they were full of stuff behind the screen. Took it apart, noticed there was a hole on the top of that filter where it was letting stuff in at, so we got a lighter, basically soldered that back shut, reinstalled it and started it, and hopefully it runs flawlessly from here on out.
We have 379 miles to go, and we've done 250 miles in the last 2.5 days. So I kind of feel like we got two options. We can camp in the light here, around here, or we can keep pushing. I'm kind of struggling on time.
I say keep on pushing.
Yeah, keep on pushing. Gotta keep pushing. Got in late last night. We did 147 miles yesterday. So we did a fair amount of wheeling at night last night. Came up some really narrow shelf roads, bouncing along to find a campsite. We got to go back down this road, get on the route, head up Schofield Pass, then we got Pearl Pass, Taylor Pass. It's the big stuff today. This is Expedition Colorado. This is what kicked our butts last year.
Colorado's a very unique state. Of course, I grew up in Dodge City, Kansas. It's flat, farm ground, dry. The section lines are north, south, east, west. Colorado is just totally different than that. I mean, you can go to 14,000 feet to lush meadows, see moose, all kinds of wildlife, water running everywhere, to the western part of the state's desert. It's awesome.
I enjoy getting out and camping just because you're kind of just free and you just go explore and find things, and it's just different.
What I like about going on trips with my family is that you just can spend time together and you're actually out exploring new things.
Hey, we made it to the top of Pearl Pass. This is the halfway point of our trip. It's the highest point we hit, and it really is an accomplishment. You look at the terrain up here, the loose rock and everything we've been shoveling through to get up here. You know, if we can make it here, I'm confident we can make it home.
It's really cool to be up here this year, be able to finish a section that we couldn't do last year.
Looking forward to putting some more miles down, getting to the top of Taylor Pass, which is next.
Obviously at the start of the trip, we lost a starter gear on the Willys. We got on the phone, ordered some parts, overnighted them to Aspen. They're sitting in Aspen at somebody's house that we don't even know. Dad and I are gonna peel away in the Jeepster because we can cover a lot better ground than everybody else. And go down to Aspen, pick up the parts, and meet everybody back at Taylor.
So this was the address I was given. I didn't get any names or anything like that, but J.
We're at the top of Taylor Pass. This is our third pass today. It's been excruciating. These passes are really rocky, really high. This was a big milestone for us because we get over here and we have more passes, but this isn't an easy thing to do. There's a lot of speed that's involved also, especially in an old Jeep. Got up early this morning to put any starter gear on from parts that we picked up in Aspen. The only problem is this is the starter gear we took off. This is what they sent. So they're not the same offset or the same diameter. Don't know what to say about that other than we're doing the rest of the trip without a starter.
When you go to a trip like this, you want to bring the kitchen sink almost, and you can't do that because you're packing for a week off-road and there's not a lot of room, especially in a 43 Willys Jeep. You kind of go through worst case scenarios and almost rule those out. You want to think about the little things that you don't necessarily think to prep for, but you want to think about those because those are what's going to bite you.
What I love about the Willys is simplicity. It's small, it's street legal, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. It's just so simple. You know, you need a pocket full of tools, not a tool chest to fix it.
What I love about the Jeepster is it's old school looking. Many people ask me when I'm going to paint it, and I'm like, I'm not going to paint it. It's done. That's the way it is. And it's kind of the ugly duckling of the Jeeps. I'll admit it, but that's what makes it unique. The evolution of the Jeeps comes around, and everybody gets a new one. But I kind of went backwards. It's got all the good stuff in it, so it's a lot of fun to drive.
I guess what I love most about my Bronco is it was my first car. I got that car when I was 15, and I started working on it right away and modifying it, and then now I'm undoing stuff I did years ago and redoing stuff, and it's a whole lot of fun for me because it's what I learned to drive with, and that's perfect to bring my son out and teach him how to drive and work with him and show him the ropes.
So this is our new and improved vapor lock proof semi-professional system. We have this electric pump hooked in. Hit the high beam switch. You can see it starts to fill up the filter again there, which in turn primes the pump. But if we run this one all the time, fuel starts squirting out of the car. We're in another pretty special spot. That's the top of the Continental Divide. Doesn't look very dramatic. We're above 10,000 feet, but we kind of hit the high mountains earlier on. Now we're a little bit further south in these beautiful forests. It's been a pretty problem-free day, but today is all about making miles. We woke up this morning with 290 miles to go. We only have 2 days left, so we got to figure out how we're going to get home with all these miles left. Yesterday we kind of got down to the nitty-gritty. We came over timberline well after dark, and it was kind of a new experience for all of us, I think. We're up above 12,000 feet. So today we have 177 miles to finish this thing. That's going to be tough. Everybody put in a lot of effort this morning. We're up early, ready to hit it again. And you know, I won't lie to you, I'm getting sore riding this old Jeep.
I drove my Bronco out to Moab on the highway. I did it in a day. And we saw some cool stuff along the way, but you know, when we hit Moab and we got on the dirt and we started coming back the long way, you just see so much more. There's so much more adventure out there. There's beauty and things that nobody else gets to see. And you're out there with your friends, you're out there with, you know, our sons, we're camping and we're working together and we're solving problems together, and everybody has a problem, everybody comes together and we all fix it. So much more than just adventure. It's a lifestyle.
We're out in the middle of nowhere. We can see the road we need to be on, and we can see the county road that it leads to, but there's a gate, and it's hard to understand why, because we're in the middle of BLM land. Obviously there's a reason for it being there, but it's frustrating when you're trying to put a route like this together.
Totally wrecking the plan, but hey, it's an expedition. It's not supposed to go easy.
Some of the coolest places I've seen have been on this trip.
We didn't let the things that were broken stop us, and we just kept going.
I'm really proud of everybody on the team. This was not an easy thing to do.
It's been a long, long day. It's been a long week, but it's been a blast.
Guys, we are at the end of Expedition Colorado. We just hit pavement here in Garden of the Gods. It's been such a trying adventure. This team has fortitude, and we made it. It feels like we just finished the Baja 500.
Really, with Expedition Colorado, we're just looking for that challenge of off-roading and seeing new places, and man, we saw a ton of them.
It was definitely an adventure of my lifetime.
It was another incredible adventure. This year was a whole lot different than last. We pushed harder, we worked harder.
Beautiful weather, very scenic, great camping. It was a great trip.
It's all about adventure. You can sit and listen to our stories, but it's about going out and making your own adventure.